Hi guys, it's Minik from earlylearningmom.com. I wanted to come on here today and talk to you guys about our typing/writing program. Basically, Zakari has been assigned a typing program. And I was a little on the fence about this because I really want him to learn how to write, like pen and pencil write. And we have been working on this for quite a long time, aside from Doman International. I've been working with him on writing words, writing his name, writing letters, but I can never seem to transition from me having to hold his pencil. Like he's making the strokes, but I'm making sure that he's not drifting or coloring or just losing track. And it was starting to get a little frustrating. And at this last appointment, our Doman International remote consult, Spencer assigned us a typing program. And he explained that sometimes typing for kids with special needs, or actually a lot of the time, typing for kids with special needs is a lot easier. And they will still get their like writing victory if they can type. And I was open to it. So I thought, okay, sure, we'll try this out. And they also explained to me that this can be a great intermediate step to prepare Z to actually be able to write easier when he's ready to, or when we get to that point, because he'll have learnt spelling while typing. And so when he actually sits down to do the writing with pen and paper, he knows how to spell the word. So it's one less step he has to focus on. So when you start working on typing, you don't start on the computer. We actually started off with a little magnet board. And then I have words with that I wrote on little cue cards. We're not being Pinterest fancy here. We just took a cue card and wrote the word on it. And then you could cut out letters out of this, or I had these on hand. They're like little magnetic letters. And so what I do is when I'm introducing a word, I throw the words on the board and I show him. I said, okay, we're going to spell phone. What comes first? And so then he'll find each letter and he will spell out the word phone. And then I have him match it. And I hope this isn't backwards. I'm not sure how this camera's going to work, but you get the point. I have him match it. And then the next time, like once he gets good at that and he understands what order these letters are supposed to go into, I will mix them all up again and I will just present it like this and I'll say, can you spell phone? How do you spell phone? And then he will go and line up all the letters again to spell phone. And once he can do that without any assistance, because sometimes I'll have to block him. So if he's like this and then he goes to put the E first, I will block him. And so then he knows, oh, okay, that's not right. And then he'll slide it in. So he's still successful. He's not practicing errors. And then I have him check his own work. Did you spell it right? How do we spell it? And then he's PHONE. So he's hitting, he's using his hands to learn how to spell the words. He sees the word when it's spelt. And then I have him say the word. So he's hitting all of your kinesthetic, your it's visual learners and auditory learners. So we're kind of hitting all of those subjects. Now, once he masters this, I put his word in a bin that I have words that he can spell with the letters, and we move on to the computer. Now, one thing I did was I did find this on eBay. You might have seen me post this on Instagram. It is a super large keyboard. You can see like compared to my fingers. And it's super colorful and the letters are clearly indicated. They're not like these tiny little letters. They're nice and big. And so you can look for kids' keyboards. I bought this one off eBay and I just plug it into the computer and I open up to just like a Google Doc or a Word doc, blank sheet, and I'll show him the word. Let's spell phone. What comes first? And then he finds the P on the keyboard and he finds the H and the O and the N and the E. And once he's got it, we hold up the word to the screen. Did you get it? With this, I'm very careful too, because Z can fall into habits of practicing mistakes, like if I let him make the same mistake over, it becomes habit. So I block when he makes an error. Like if he's going to press U instead of O, I will block him. What comes next? And oh, that's right. And then help him find it. Some kids might get frustrated with that and they may be waiting for the cue. So you'll have to watch your kid and talk to your coach about how that looks for them. But for us, this is how we do it. And then eventually I don't show this word to him. He'll just be sitting at the keyboard and I'll say, hey, I'll have all the words facing this way so he can't see them. I'm like, okay, how do you spell Zakari? And he'll type it. It's like, yeah, good job. And then we erase the word and, okay, how do you spell truck? And he'll spell that. One thing I do notice though is there are things in the English language that are kind of funny, like apple with 2 P's. Z really struggles to get that extra P in. It's a lot of coaching. So he's learning that English is not a perfect language, and that like truck, he wants to spell it T-R-U-K. The C is kind of useless to him. So he's learning rules as he goes along, like all kids do. So I try to be gracious to that and I'm always prepared with those words to guide him so he remembers the P and he remembers the C in truck, and to understand that English is kind of wacky. And so when you have a kid that thinks like literally and they've picked up like kind of phonics on their own, using the Doman method, of just learning sight words, and they've naturally learned phonics, some of these skills are kind of, they seem silly to them. So I just try to be graceful there and understand that it's not that he's not good at spelling. It's just that he's spelling how he thinks it should be spelled, and we're working on that. So anyhow, that is how we do our typing program. So like I said, it doesn't start at the keyboard. It starts with letters, or I can link these if I can find them. I bought them off of Amazon, but you don't need fancy things like this. Like you can just cut up index cards and with letters, and that is perfectly fine. I just wanted an excuse to use my big bin of cute letters. So anyhow, thanks for watching. Be sure to like, subscribe, and if you haven't already, check out the mentor service that I offer. It's called Plan and Conquer with Manek, and we go over a lot of things that parents on the Doman program or thinking about starting a Doman program might want to talk about with somebody that's been on the program for a while. I also I can talk to you about how to adapt your Doman program to work with what you're required to do to homeschool your child. If your child is of school age and needs to legally register as a homeschooler, I can share with you how we have adapted that and how we can talk about it and see how we can adapt it for your child and your state's laws and all of that. And also just to, talk to a mom about, having hope for their child. And it's just basically, whatever you need, I'm available. So you can let me know. Check out the link down below. Anyhow, thanks for watching, and we will talk to you very soon.